Hello and welcome YouTube land to another edition of Read to Me Ben. Wait a minute. Where is Ben? Hi Ben. How's it going?
Good.
Are you excited to read to us today?
Yeah.
What are you going to read?
Pete the Cat and his Four Groovy Buttons.
Cool. You want to stand over here and is there something you wanted to tell our viewers?
That if you subscribe to our channel, you can tell us which book you want, and tell us your name, because then we'll shout it out during the book you pick.
So if you subscribe to the channel and write in the comments which Pete the Cat book you'd like next, we will read it for you, and we'll do a special shout out and even say hi to you if you leave us your first name. Otherwise, we'll say your channel's name and we'll say a special shout out to you. All right, with no further ado, Ben, why don't you come on over and I'll explain to our viewers. On all these books, there is a letter in the upper right. That is the GRL, the guided reading level. So if you're thinking about buying these books to read, the book leveling system is basically those K, L, and M books, which there's not a whole lot of those, but there's some K, are beginning of second grade, and the books below K are essentially first grade books. So just to give you an idea of where these books are at as far as reading levels. All right, Ben, I can't wait. This is also the second book that Ben has read. The first one was Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. So check out the channel for that one, and you can also decide which one's next. Do you remember how? That's right, subscribe, leave a comment which book you want next. All right, Ben, if you scoot over a little.
Pete the Cat and his Four Groovy Buttons.
Yahoo!
Pete the Cat and his Four Groovy Buttons. These are all kinds of
That looks like more than four, huh?
Well, there's 4 colors.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Well, red, green, blue, and
Yellow.
yellow. Oh, cool. All right, let's get to it.
Oh, there's 5. But it shows here 4 because he has a yellow coat. Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song.
Well, what's he thinking in his head?
4.
Hey, what time is it on that clock?
It's 12:08 or 8.
8 o'clock? Is that AM or PM?
It looks like AM or AM.
Because he's putting on his coat?
Yeah.
Like he's getting up in the... Is AM the one in the morning or at night?
AM is the morning.
So he's getting ready to go for the day. All right. Great job.
My 4 groovy buttons. My 4 groovy buttons. Pop, oh no. One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3. Wait. 4 minus 1 equals 3.
Great job.
Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept singing his song. My 3 groovy buttons. My 3 groovy buttons. Groovy. That's what he's thinking. And he's thinking on number 3.
Pete's awesome.
Pop, oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My 2 groovy buttons. My 2 groovy buttons.
Good job.
Ice cream. Pop. Oh no. Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are there left? 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. he kept singing his song. My buttons, my one groovy button, my buttons, my button, my one groovy button. Pop, oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are there left? 0. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttons.
Ooh, good job. What's that word?
Buttons.
Look for a word in a word.
Found one.
Button.
Button.
Less.
Pete looked down at his buttonless
shirt.
Buttonless shirt. What do you think he saw? There's one button left. His belly button.
His belly button.
He kept on singing his song. My button. Still have my belly button. My button. Still have my belly button. It's all good.
Pete's awesome.
Buttons come and buttons go.
Yay!
And here's all kinds of buttons.
Yay! Hey, thanks a lot for reading to us, Ben.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.